Hello dear students, I am Samir Velankar. I welcome all of you to this video on the topic process of heap sort. Just in the previous video, we saw how an array can be represented in the form of heap, what are the properties of heap, and what is max heap and what is min heap. Now let's see in big detail how heap sort works. Now heap sort actually works in two stages. Let's see stage 1 of heap sort. Now just watch this statement and keep reading it as many times as possible. The statement is convert the array into max heap. I read it twice. Convert the array into max heap is the statement. So the array which is given to us, this array in stage 1 has to be converted into max heap. Just check this array. What did you understand from this statement? If this array has to be converted into max heap, then every parent must be greater than its children. You know the definition from earlier video. So this first value must be greater than second and third value. Why? Because first node, observe, first node is the parent of second and third. Because given the parent as 1, left child is p into 2, that is 1 into 2, that is 2. And right child is p into 2 plus 1, that is 3. So first node, whatever you store here, at the first value must be larger than second value and third value. Agreed? Now what about this second value? This second value, whatever you store here, must be greater than fourth and fifth value. Why? Because this second node which I am underlining, is the parent of 4 and 5. So parent 2 must be greater than child 4 and child 5, isn't it? What about third node, third value? Third value, whatever you store here, must be greater than 6 and 7, isn't it? And the fourth node, fourth value, whatever you store at the fourth value must be greater than eighth value. Actually, fourth value should be greater than eighth and ninth, but ninth element is not there. So fourth node is having only the left child, as you see at the bottom here. Fourth node is having the left child. So this value, fourth value, must be greater than eighth value. If all these conditions are satisfied, then we say that the array is in the form of max heap. Just observe the fifth value. Fifth value actually should be greater than 10th and 11th, isn't it? Because the two children of this fifth node will be at 5 into 2, that is 10, and 5 into 2 plus 1, that is 11. But fifth node will not have any children. It can't have 10 and 11 because such nodes or such elements are not there in the array. So everything from 5 onwards, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, everything from this is a leaf node. Just confirm it. Everything from 5th node onwards is a leaf. So are you really bothered about leaf? No, we are bothered about parent. And parents are located at 1, 2, 3, 4. You watch. After the fourth position here at the bottom I am drawing. After the fourth position, every node is a leaf. So we can say last parent is located at place 4, at 4. This is nothing but size of the array upon 2. You just watch, size of the array is 8. Then 8 upon 2 is 4, and we will easily know where is the last parent located, or rather our algorithm will know. Our algorithm will know that among all the parents, size upon 2, that is n upon 2, if n is the size of the array, upon 2 is the last parent number. And this is the place where the last parent is located. So after this, no other values, no other nodes are parent of any children, they are leaves. So I hope you have understood the meaning of the statement. We are learning stage 1. And check out the statement. The statement says that convert the array in the form of max heap. That means A1 should be greater than A2 and A3 both. Yes, because first node is the child of second and third. So A1 must be greater than second node and third node both. Similarly, A2 should be greater than A4 and A5 because second node is the parent of fourth and fifth. At the same time, third value A3 must be greater than A6, A7. Check that third value is going to be parent of 6 and 7. And fourth value must be greater than eighth value because fourth node is going to be parent of 8. No more conditions in our example because in our example we have got array from first location to eighth location. Now if all these conditions are satisfied, then every parent will be greater than its children and we will get max heap, isn't it? Now how are these conditions met? How are these conditions satisfied? The procedure is very easy. What you do is you take your original heap. So I have actually shown the working over here, but I will write the original values over here. This was 150 here and this was 225. Okay, this is the original heap, which is neither max heap nor min heap, and we want to convert this into max heap. Now what is the procedure is that you start adjusting value of last parent. Now you know last parent is located at 4. How did you get it? N upon 2. Size of the array upon 2 is 4. So you start adjusting value of parent 4. And what do you mean by adjusting? Somehow, you make this fourth node store a value larger than its children. Its children is at 8. This is what you do, isn't it? So what is the procedure? So that fourth node will have a value larger than its children. First question you ask is, hello fourth node, who is your largest child? Now, if fourth node had 2 children, then you will check the left child value and right child value. And you will see which value is larger. So first thing you have to do is you have to take the largest child among both. But fourth node is having only one child, left child. So there is no question of checking largest child. And then the value of that child, 225, is compared with the value which we are settling. And we ask, is 225 greater than 150? Not 150 is stored at fourth value right now. And we see, good Lord, this 225 is at child and it is larger than the value of the parent. But we want parent to be larger, isn't it? So what we do is, we will shift this 225, which is larger, we will shift this value at the parent. So that is what has been shown here. Original value at the parent was 150, but we observed that this 150 is smaller than its child. Child is 225, so larger value is shifted up, 150 is striked out and 225 is the value stored. And obviously now this 150 can go and settle at the 8th place. Now you can see that the 4th node is greater than 8th node because 4th node is having value 225 and 8th node is having value 150. So indeed we have settled last parent. That is what has been explained in this picture. We are adjusting value of parent 4. That is, we are adjusting value 150, which is located at 4. And we saw 150 is not ideal at 4th place. In fact, its child is larger. So 225 should be sent up and 150 settled at 8th place. Now what? After settling 4th parent, we are going to go back and we are going to go to 3rd parent. So we started from last parent and now we are going to second last and then we will go to third last parent and finally first parent. So let's adjust the value of the third parent. Now the picture here shows that we are adjusting value of third parent, which is 200. Now I'll just write the original values here. This is 200 and this value was 250 and this is 4 obviously. Now we want somehow that this third node should be greater than both its children. So what we first do is we ask this third node, who is your largest child? And there are two children located at 6 and 7 and their values are 250 and 4, and we see 250 is larger. So we select larger child and we compare it. Is it greater than the value stored at third node? And we see, good lord, the value of the child is larger than value of the parent, isn't it? So what is done simply is this 250 is shifted up and it occupies the third place. That's what has been shown in the diagram. The larger child has been shifted up. So this 200 is occupied, the third value is occupied with 250, and obviously you can send 200 at sixth place. And now you can see that the third node is indeed storing 250, which is greater than 200 and 4. So third parent is greater than its children. Now let's adjust parent number 2. So we have adjusted parent 4, then we have adjusted parent 3, and now we are adjusting parent 2. And finally we will adjust parent 1. So I'll just write the original values over here. This was 50. Okay. And this was 225 here. This is 225. Fourth node. And eighth node is currently 150. Now let's talk about this second node. We want somehow, this second node should store value greater than fourth node and fifth node because these are the children. So we will check who is the largest child between 4 and 5. And we see 225 is larger between the two children. And we now compare that value of the child. This is the value of the child with the value of the parent. Value of the parent is 50. And we see child is larger than the parent. Then 225 should be shifted up. So it will occupy the place of 50. And second node is now no more storing 50, but it is storing 225. I hope you have understood. But then what about 50? Wait a minute, you will not fix 50 over here. Because before you fix 50, at the fourth value, you just peep down and see what's there currently at the eighth node. Well, at the eighth node, currently we have 150. How can you have 50 at this node? Because then this will disturb that parent value, which should be greater than its child. Even 150 is larger, so 150 is shifted up. And 150 will be now stored at the fourth node. Now, finally, you can store 50 at eighth node. So if I draw this particular section separately over here, this was the second node and it was storing 50 earlier. Then there was fourth node which was storing 225, and then there was eighth node which was storing 150 earlier. And we had fifth node, fifth node here, right child of 2 as 65. And somehow, we wanted this second node to store a value larger than both the children. So first we selected who is the largest child among these two. It was 225. 225 is very big value then as compared to 50. So 225 gone up, correct? Now don't be eager to put 50 here at fourth node. Before you put 50 at the fourth node, check at the bottom who is the child. It is 150. Then how can 50 become parent of 150? Because we want parent to be greater than its children. Then even this 150 is shifted up. And now finally 50, this value will get settled at 8th place. That is what has been exactly shown while adjusting parent number 2. All right. Now, before I show you the next diagram, where we will be adjusting the first parent, isn't it? Just let us find whether we have understood this procedure and then we will see the answer. Now we have 100. To the left, we have 225. To the right, we have 250. Then just watch, this is the latest heap that we are having, 65. To the left of 250, 200. To the right, we have 4. And to the left of 150, we have 50. And we are adjusting first parent. Somehow we want that this first node should store value greater than both the children. And the largest child over here among these two is 250, isn't it? Now 250 is greater than 100. We know that parent must be larger. So 250 is shifted up. Understood. Now this 100 which we have striked out can go here. But wait. Before you put 100 at the place of 250, just check the two children of 250. And you see, oh good lord, how can 100 get settled here at this 250 place? Because 200 is greater than 100. So 200 should occupy the place of 250. And finally 100 can settle down at the bottom here. That is what has been explained in this diagram where we are adjusting parent number 1. And watch out that parent number 1 is now storing 250, which is greater than both the children, 225, 200. Second node is storing 225, which is greater than both the children. Fourth node is storing 150, which is greater than its child, 50. And third node is storing 200, which is greater than both the children. That means all the parents are greater than their children. So this is max heap. This is max heap. In summary, to get max heap, you adjust all the parents in the reverse order. Start from the last parent number and go up to the first parent number. Now do you understand this array? Are you understanding that the array has the first element as 250? Check the first node is storing 250. And the two children of the first node are at 2 and 3. Left child, right child. 225, 200. Yes, 225 is the left child and 200 is the right child. Observe that the first value is greater than second and third value. This is true even with second value. Second value is greater than fourth and fifth. 225 is greater than 150 and 65 and so on. And this array is in the form of max heap. And that concludes stage 1. Just check, this is what strikes every student early on. Students feel that we have got max heap and every parent is greater than its child. Then it seems that this array will be in decreasing order. Come on, because every parent is greater than its children. This second parent is greater than its children. That means students feel that this array will be in the form of decreasing order. But just check this array. This is neither in decreasing order nor in increasing order. So it seems after doing such a lot of hard work, we have got random array again. Just see 250, 225, 200 still in decreasing order, 150 good, 65 still in decreasing order, but watch 100 here. This is not in decreasing order, neither in increasing nor in decreasing. Are you understanding? So don't be under an impression that if every parent is greater than its child, then the array is in the decreasing order. Importantly, it is max heap. Isn't it so? Now, once we have understood how to create a max heap, in the next video, we will see stage 2 of heap sort, which will actually do the sorting. But before we leave this video, just do a small exercise with me. Let's take an array, say 10, 12, then 5, 25, and 16. Now these are the array elements. And you are asked to convert this array into form of max heap. So you will first draw the initial heap. The initial heap is drawn sequentially from left to right. Indeed, correct or not? Now just number these nodes from left to right. Now you just check for max heap, you want every parent to be greater than their children. Now where is the last parent located? Come on, the last parent is at second node, isn't it? After this, third node is not a parent of any child. Watch, fourth node is not having any child and fifth node is not having any child. So the last parent is at node number 2. You want this parent to be greater than fourth and fifth. So first you find out who is the largest child among 4 and 5. And largest child is 25 and 25 is greater than 12. So 12 cannot become a parent. In fact, 25 will occupy the parent place and 12 will go down at the bottom here. So we have adjusted the second parent. Now what is the latest heap? The latest heap is 10 has the left child as 25. Earlier it was 12. Right child is 5 and left child of 25 is 12 and right child of 25 is 16. Now after adjusting second parent, we will now adjust first. We want this first node to be larger than second and third. So first things first, we will check who is the largest child among the children, and the largest child is 25. And look, 25 is greater than 10, and we want larger value at the parent, so 25 shifts up. Now don't be eager to put that 10 at node number 2. Before you put that 10 at node number 2, check the children of this node number 2 and find out the largest child. The largest child is 16, and 16 should occupy this place because 10 is smaller than 16 and larger value should be at the parent. And now finally this 10 will go at the fifth place. So what is the latest heap that we are having is 25's left child is 16's and right child is 5, and left child of 16 is 12 and right child of 16 is 10. You can note that every parent is greater than the child, and the array now is 25, 16, 5, 12, 10. Taken values in that sequence from left to right. This is max heap, isn't it? I hope you have understood stage 1 of heap sort. And now when we meet in the next video, I will tell you the process of heap sort stage 2, where actual sorting is done by using max heap. Thank you very much.